Half-Lifers. In this video, we're gonna go through the difference between the Infinity 84 and the Gamma 68 for wake foiling. I'm gonna show you some live side-by-side comparison so you can see the difference in terms of radius of turns you'll typically take on the 84, some of the benefits of it in the 68. You see right off the bat here, incredibly different in terms of size. Both bringing something to the table that's different, but look at the 68 is a fraction of the size of the 84, and it's a different rear wing. So what you're gonna see in this, you're gonna see that this cuts a little bit more sharply in the water. This is my favorite slingshot wing when I have the wave to use. All right, so let's jump right into it. This is Darren Lamont. Darren is the owner of Northwest Inboards up here in the Seattle area. And he's ridden the 76 centimeter before. He currently rides in the MFC. This is his first time on the 84. So we got him started here on the second wave. And as we compare what happens with the 84 versus the 68, look at how natural it is for him to be cruising back there. Also look at the amplitude for which he's turning, the speed and the board deck, and you'll see a comparison later. So this is Darren on the second wave on the 84. And before we switch over to the 68, I hop in the water and give you a shot here on the 84. So as I'm back there riding, I'm just doing what comes naturally for the foil that I'm on, both when I'm on the 84 and as you'll see with the 68. Here's the first wave transfer going from left to right. And notice that I am pumping a little bit, but there's also a lot of real estate between these two waves. For the most part, pretty easy cruising. And you know, one of the cues you can see is just looking at the deck of the board to see how sharply I'm actually angling it and gain on the side. And what you'll see here in a second is a wave transfer back to the other side, and I choose to go from the second wave back to the third. This is a unique dynamic with that 84 centimeter because it really is a glider. And getting back to the third, this is an Axis T23 proper wake boat. We don't have the ballast all the way full, so those waves back there could get bigger. It's a very reasonably sized wave for the 84. Catches it without problem. You can see there, for me to ride that ridge line on the 84, because the glide that this board has is absolutely, no problem at all. And what you'll see here in a minute is when we do a wave transfer from the third to the second, notice that it's moderate pumping a little bit, but not much. Look at the glide as I'm standing there. That's not a lot of effort going into that pump. There at the end, a couple just to accelerate just a little bit more into it. But for the most part, the characteristics of this 84 centimeter behind the boat is really a glider. It is something that allows you, when you're doing a trick like this one, whether you call it around the world or whether you call it running the ladder, you're covering a lot of ground. The 84 has the glide to really help that be a great experience. And so you'll see here in a second when I do a second to first wave transfer, I'm able to stand on the board very moderate amount of pumping to get myself. I'm able to glide, slide right in here to the first wave, and Darren's a great driver. He goes ahead and hits it, and we're back up and going. And what I'm going to show you in a minute is me doing this on a 68, and you'll see it's just a little bit of a different experience. That was fun. Second to third wave transfer, second to first wave transfer. Nice big wave behind the axis. Plenty of space to do whatever you want. Woo! All right, Darren, so that was we did the 84
Yep.
Kind of the big dog, not the biggest of the Slingshot family, but you know, pretty big one. Now we're going down to the 68. The 68 gives you more maneuverability. It's a little bit quicker. I think you're gonna like it. You could do first wave or second wave with this one because it likes a nice big steep face.
Okay,
let's get it.
Do it. Yeah.
All right, so now we got Darren on the 68. Darren's obviously a good wakefoiler. Certainly not his first day out there. He's got skills, but he's on the 68. Look how he perceives the amount of work that he has to do. And again, this is just what is coming naturally on that board. He moves up to the first wave, and it's just more natural. And if you compare the screen on your left is him on the 84 on the second wave, and on the right is the 68 on the first wave. I realize there's differences in second wave versus first wave, but look at the deck of the board. Look at how more severe in terms of these carves are, and that's the characteristic of the 68. And also you'll see him spin out here in a second. That just speaks to, you know, how this foil reacts a little different.
Darren, what do you think? 84, 68. How did it treat you?
Very different. 84, super cruisy, real stable, easy to stay in the power of the wave. This thing is a sports car, so you can definitely very, very nimble. First wave was a lot more fun, but if you aren't on it, it's taking off on you. So super fun though. Both of them were great.
All right, now we're going to transition to me being back there on the 68. You know, this is a wing that I've had for a while, and so I'm used to it. So, you know, clearly I'm able to hop on where Darren had a little time to get used to it. But on your left is the 84, on the right is the 68. And I'm not trying to make a point at all when I'm out there. I'm just doing what comes naturally to the foil. The 84, nice, smooth, cruisy. The 68, as you can see here, I just want to turn it more severely. I want to angle it a little bit more. It's a lot of fun. Now watch on this wave transfer, and I'll show you the 84 right after it. On the 68, I'm just having to work a little bit more as I come up here to re-enter the wave. I'm actually having to work pretty hard. A little bit different driving scenario in terms of this one, but you can tell there's just less glide, and again, that's because there's less surface area. So let's go back and look at the 84. When we cut the power, I'm basically standing there. An easy glide up to the boat, and even at this last point where I get into the wave, I gotta do a couple pumps, but it's nowhere near what I had to do on the 68. So as we come back and look at this first wave again, look at the top of the deck, and that tells you just the angle in terms of for which I'm able to turn this. And when you look at that, you know, compared to the 84, you absolutely can do this. Again, I'm just doing here what comes naturally on this board. It's on the right hand side. You'll continue to see me on the 68. On the left is the 84. Just to give you a side-by-side comparison, again, look at the angle on the right versus the left. Both great experiences, both a lot of fun, just different. And so, you know, as you think about your quiver, you can decide which one of these foils you'd like to own.
Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our YouTube channel, pick a wing, get out there on the water and have a great time. And we'll get back to you soon with some more foiling videos. Thank you so much.